Hello beautiful bookish people, my name is Hannah and today I'm joined with a special guest, my mom. Yep, that's me. In today's kind of a fun video, I was tagged about a year ago.
Taking that long.
In the Booktube drama tag, which was created by Boston Reads Books. I'll have their link down in the description, and I was tagged by Raviv, which you know. And so I thought it would be a fun idea to kind of go through these prompts and have my mom guess what the Booktube scandal was.
Oh no.
Based on the title or description that I give you. It's just like mostly stuff that happens on Twitter. Like I think like you might know some of these because I probably talked to you about it. Are you ready for like the first prompt, the first scandal?
Okay, I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Dick Soapgate.
Dick
Soapgate.
Okay, Dick Soapgate. So a guy named Dick.
Okay.
Doesn't shower often.
Okay.
So someone gave him a bar of soap as a hint that he stinks.
It all happened on Twitter.
That's my synopsis.
So no, it's really incorrect. So do you know who Sarah J. Maas is?
Yes.
So a few years ago, the novella was coming out, like Court of Silver, Mist and Flame and whatever, and a monthly subscription book box came out with Dick Soap because like one of the famous things about that book is there's a lot of sex. And it was a scandal because like people were like, oh, what if people use it, they'll get infected and all this stuff. And honestly, Dick Soapgate is one of my favorite scandals because it's so ridiculous. It's kind of like the Twilight of scandals. It's like, yes, there's an ethical issue, but it's just so funny. So the prompt that goes along with Dick Soapgate is your favorite smutty book. And I said The Unhoneymooners, which is my favorite Christina Lauren book. And I think that has like a really good like massage scene. And nothing like smutty happens, but it's the tension, the sexual tension that emerges from that scene that I think is superior. Okay, are you ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay. Claire LeGrand sibling scandal.
Claire's sister,
Yes.
is extremely jealous of her.
Okay.
On Twitter, she bashes her about her latest release, saying that it was not good.
Cool.
Okay.
I mean, realistic, but again, wrong. So Claire LeGrand on like Twitter talked about how she shipped Siblings from Game of Thrones, which is like, as a published author, you should not be saying that publicly. If you want to talk about that, go to your author group chat. So there was quite a bit of a scandal around like, hey, that's not cool for you as a really well-known published author to be shipping siblings. But the question that goes along with this scandal is your favorite sibling duo. And honestly, I don't know if you're gonna be surprised. It's Gansey and Helen. I love their banter, and I'm currently rereading Dream Thieves, and they have such a well-rounded rapport with each other, knowing what they need and knowing how their mom is kind of this upper echelons elite person who always like plans parties. And so what Helen and Gansey do, at least in the Dream Thieves really well, is understand what the person needs at the party. It's really good. Okay, you ready for question number 3?
Yeah. So
the next scandal is the Immortal Handbook on how to scam the New York Times bestseller list.
Say that again?
The Immortal Handbook on how to scam the New York Times bestseller list.
I have no idea.
No?
But I'm gonna guess. So this is a book that was written, but it was stolen from a medieval manuscript.
Okay.
And so the author is trying to pass it on as their own word. It's an existing manuscript that the author copied from. How's that?
It was kind of hard to follow. But you think somebody plagiarized the book?
Yes. From the medieval times.
Okay, and it got on the New York Times bestseller list.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. No. That didn't happen. I wish that happened. That would be a fun scandal. But so there's a book called The Immortal Handbook for something something. And it got on the New York Times bestseller list because the author called every bookstore in like wide across America. They called Barnes & Noble, used pre-sales because the New York Times counts pre-sales as an account to like actual sales to calculate whatever their list is for the most selling books that day. So because like this author individually called like Barnes & Noble, independent bookstores, and all this stuff, she got on the New York Times bestseller list. It was a trip. So the question that goes along with this is an overhyped book. And I said The Project by Courtney Summers. And I love Courtney Summers. Cracked Up to Me is one of my favorite books. But there was something about the dual timelines. There was something about the way that book was structured. I think the climax was off. And it didn't do what I wanted it to do, which is a very selfish reason to not like a book. And I'm just going to say this. For a cult book, there was not a whole lot of cults. But to kind of make up for that, I also just said Hemingway.
Oh, yeah. I noticed you're giving away all your Hemingway books.
Well, I guess kind of officially, unofficially. I'm just waiting on one more grade. We finally got a bachelor's degree in English. So to kind of celebrate, we're getting rid of all our Hemingway.
Yeah.
So the next question, I'm not going to give you like too much because I feel like I've probably talked to you about this scandal.
Okay.
It's J.K. Rowling.
Oh, okay. Oh. Okay.
So it's just her name.
For an author that had such fantastic success with her Harry Potter series,
Which I never read.
right, Nora, she kind of went off the deep end. No, with her Twitter account and her comments, that she didn't realize the power of her words to cause such a division.
You can tell that like your Toastmasters thing is coming out because like you're just like talking around everything.
I don't know. I don't want to be harsh. I just
You don't want to be harsh. Okay. I'll give that one to you.
Okay.
I feel like you kind of talked about it. I think the thing though about this book tag is like this J.K. Rowling scandal was something different to like what we know of her now. Because during the time that this tag came out, the scandal was that she went on like a bunch of Twitter rants and like kind of excavated her own book and said like, oh yeah, Hermione was black. Oh yeah, Dumbledore was gay, when there's like no evidence and there's like active descriptions of Hermione being white. And you can't like shoehorn in diversity after like 10 years after it's being published. And I think that's the scandal this tag is referring to. Which is just funny because like now there's just like so much that has happened with J.K. Rowling. Like she like published like some big manifesto about like anti-trans rights and all this stuff, which I guess I can link like other videos to it because it's just a lot. But the question that goes along with J.K. Rowling is a character who makes questionable choices. Yes, exactly. I said Addie LaRue. Addie LaRue, I have such an issue with Victoria Schwab and like her women. I've never read a Victoria Schwab women, like any of her women all feel like the same person. Like if we're talking from the Savage Song, the Archived, to Addie LaRue, and like even her middle grade, they are all the same women with the same motives. And it's like this weird proto-feminist, there's only one way to break the patriarchy, and that's by wearing pants type of women that I find a little aggravating. So the next scandal I have titled the Marie Kondo hoarding scandal.
Marie Kondo.
Hoarding scandal.
Is that an author?
Yes.
Okay.
You actually have her book.
Which one?
The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so you have this book. So you have a little bit of context as to what possibly BookTube could be mad about.
So the scandal could be that actually she's a hoarder in disguise. Her garage is just a mess.
That's the scandal. You know what? BookTube would probably have a scandal over that if we found that out. But no, unfortunately, what the scandal was actually when people read the book, they were upset because in her book, and it's basically just minimalism, says that you should only have 20 to 30 books. BookTube, for like whatever reason, like took it to heart and was like, no, I want to have a library. And it's like, no, Marie's not talking to you. But so the question that goes along with this, if you could only keep one book, what would it be? What did you think I said?
Oh, for you?
Yeah, I think this is easy.
Yeah, the book thing.
Yes! That was good! So I have like a really cool signed edition from Marcus Zuzak, The Book Thief. And honestly, I think that is the book that everybody could get something out of. And you read it, so you agree.
Yes,
you recommend it all the time. You made it a part of your book club.
I know, but none of the ladies liked it.
I know. I wanted to
What?
show up, and I was like, you guys don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was so sad.
I was upset. I was like actively upset when I heard that about your book club. Yes, go read The Book Thief, and if you don't like it, we can't be friends. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. That's a red flag to me. Okay, are you ready for the last scandal?
Yes, ma'am.
Tony Adeyemi and Nora Roberts battle over basic book titles.
Oh. So, this kind of sounds to me that kind of copying, one copied from the other. It's kind of like two pregnant women at the same time.
Okay.
They both are having boys, and the one girl announces to the group of friends, we're calling our baby Philip. And the friend goes, that's what we're going to call our baby.
You're quoting a scene from The Office.
Oh, well, I'm giving you an example, aren't I?
Okay.
Anywho, that's what it sounds like to me. One author copied a title or a description from the other, and now they're having beef, or the other one's upset with the other one.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. I think Tony Adeyemi was coming out with her second book in the Children of Blood and Virtue series, and that was the same time that Nora Roberts was coming out with something that just had like an oddly similar title. It was just a title. It wasn't even cover design. And like Tony Adeyemi went on kind of a Twitter rant about it, and like Nora Roberts responded like, I don't know who you are, essentially. And she was like, this book has been in publication for like 2 years. Like, I'm sorry. Like sometimes even authors don't even have control over their titles.
Right.
So like the fact that Tony was accusing Nora of copying her was a little bit of a stretch for sure. So, but the question that goes along with this is two books with similar titles or covers, and like the books that I get mixed up in my head is like The Mortal Coil and The Chemist. I always like flip-flop them because The Chemist is written by Stephanie Meyer, but The Mortal Coil is not. But I always want to say like The Mortal Coil is written by Stephanie Meyer. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a time frame. I don't know if I just like associate it with high school trauma or something. That I can never get those titles right. I think they were just published oddly around the same time. It's not even that they have like similar colors, or excuse me, similar covers, except that they're blue. But I don't know. I just can never get it straight in my head. I don't know if that's interesting. I just want everything to be written by Stephanie Meyer. So after consulting the notes, I realized I missed one, and I want to go over this one because I was involved in it. So hopefully you'll know what this one is.
Okay.
It's just merely called the BookCon Photo Mishap.
Oh yes, I do know that.
Yeah, we were there at that BookCon.
Yes. I witnessed it. I witnessed it.
2019 BookCon,
Yeah.
You were there. My mom saw everything.
I know. I was standing from afar, but I did see how some of the bigger booktubers wanted to have a photo of themselves, and somehow it got a lot of booktubers saw them standing there by the wall and just
the wall, you know the location.
Thank you. And asked if they could be included. So before you knew it was, I don't know, 30 people.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I don't know who the gal was. But she got really bent out of shape and posted that this photo shoot was never intended to be a group shot with lesser booktubers.
Yeah, no, you're exactly on the money. So essentially, yeah, there's always this big booktube photo that happens at BookCon, and like word got spread around either through like DMs or direct messages on Twitter that the location was changed because they didn't want the smaller booktubers to come. Right. But then the smaller booktubers found out about it, only a select few, and again, just the word spread like wildfire among the smaller creators. And I think just a lot of people showed up that they weren't expecting, and in fact me and Ravi showed up late. But I will say, Jesse the reader, this is why he's always a sweetie, a little sweet boy, saw that we were excluded and came over and invited us in. So he's a good one. But yeah, essentially you kind of covered the rest. Jenna is her name. Did like a whole blog about how she wasn't expecting and she needed to create boundaries and all this stuff. It was just, it put a big bad taste in a lot of small booktubers' mouth. For people who had wanted to be a part of that photo for so long, it kind of tainted their perception of what has been going on. It didn't feel like a community that much.
Or don't come across as exclusive. You know, and that's what I came across.
The question that goes along with this, that was so scandalous. I feel like bad talking about it because I've never talked about it before. But first-hand perspective.
And a witness.
And a witness. My mom said it was rude. So the question that goes along with this is name a full cast audiobook. And the only one I have listened to recently is Layer of Dreams, which was good. Apparently people say it's the best in the Diviner series, but it's filled with like dream metaphors, which I love, character development. It's just based on vibes and character development, which I love. So I do recommend. Yeah, okay, so that's kind of been this video. Thank you, Mom, for joining me. Did you have fun?
Oh, I did. How'd I do?
You did pretty good.
Okay.
But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time. Keep reading and all that jazz. Oh, I don't even know where I'm going to put the book. Wait, can you scoot over just a little bit?
Yes.
We only have 2 more to go.
Okay, I'm having fun.
Which is bad because, wait, I don't know how to form a sentence. Do a little smile.
All right.
What?
Trying to be more dramatic.
Yeah, sounds like cool. Thank you. Did you have fun?
Oh yeah, that was great.